The days following BTS's reunion without Jungkook were marked by speculation and a wave of unanswered questions. Social media threads, online community forums, and entertainment news outlets in South Korea and beyond dedicated significant coverage to the absence. Fans noticed that neither Jungkook nor the agency had released any explanatory statements, and this silence only amplified the intrigue. Against this backdrop, Taehyung, often recognized for his straightforward yet measured way of addressing sensitive matters, chose to make a public statement. It happened during a scheduled live stream session on a widely used Korean streaming platform. Initially, the broadcast followed a familiar pattern: light greetings, updates on personal projects, and casual conversation with fans. The tone was consistent with Taehyung's usual approach: calm, friendly, and professional. However, around 20 minutes into the stream, he transitioned into a noticeably more serious demeanor. Viewers observed that he paused for a few seconds, seemingly gathering his thoughts, before he began addressing what he called the topic everyone has been discussing. Taehyung started by acknowledging that he was aware of the ongoing discussions about the recent reunion event and the attention it had received in the media. Without using overly emotional language, he emphasized that fans' concerns were understandable. He explained that the absence of a member from a group activity naturally raises questions, particularly when the group in question has maintained a consistent presence together for more than a decade. According to him, such situations deserve careful handling to ensure that facts are communicated accurately. The core of his statement was concise, but carried significant weight. Every member has personal and professional considerations. Sometimes these decisions are private, sometimes they can be shared. In this case, I can say that Jungkook's absence was not accidental, but it also doesn't mean it's the end of something. There are things still being discussed internally. The phrasing was deliberate, neither denying the possibility of change within the group nor confirming the more extreme speculations circulating online. This middle ground approach appeared intentional. Industry observers noted that such wording reflects an attempt to balance transparency with contractual confidentiality. While fans might hope for a straightforward yes or no regarding the departure rumors, the reality is that entertainment companies often operate under strict non-disclosure agreements, especially during ongoing negotiations. Taehyung's live stream was soon clipped and circulated widely across multiple platforms. Within hours, hashtags referencing his statement ranked among the top trends on X, formerly Twitter, in South Korea, Japan, the United States, and several Southeast Asian countries. Korean entertainment reporters began running analysis pieces dissecting his word choice, speculating whether terms like "not the end of something" indicated that a major change was on the horizon. Notably, Taehyung refrained from speaking on Jungkook's behalf beyond confirming that the absence was intentional. He did not mention health issues, personal disputes, or contractual disagreements, three common explanations fans often expect in similar scenarios. Instead, he repeated that time will provide the clarity everyone is waiting for, a statement that simultaneously promised resolution while giving no fixed timeline. Following the live stream, reactions among fans were varied. Some interpreted the remarks as reassurance that Jungkook remained part of BTS's long-term plans, albeit temporarily unavailable for certain group activities. Others saw it as a subtle preparation for a formal announcement about a change in the group's lineup. Analysts in the K-pop sector pointed out that this kind of ambiguous communication has precedence in other groups, often preceding significant transitions, but not always. What made the situation more complex was that HYB, BTS's managing agency, did not immediately release a follow-up statement clarifying Taehyung's remarks. For several days, the only official communication from the company related to unrelated promotions and schedules. This silence left Taehyung's words as the sole reference point for public interpretation, giving them even greater impact. Industry insiders speculated that Taehyung's decision to address the issue directly might not have been entirely coordinated with the agency's public relations strategy. While BTS members have historically enjoyed a degree of autonomy in interacting with fans, major statements concerning the group's composition typically pass through internal review. However, given Taehyung's careful choice of words, it was also possible that his remarks had been informally approved in advance to manage the ongoing narrative without revealing full details prematurely. An interesting aspect of Taehyung's approach was his emphasis on group unity despite the absence. He noted that BTS members continue to maintain private contact, share updates, and provide mutual support, even when not appearing together publicly. This subtle reminder helped counteract speculation about personal disputes being the cause of Jungkook's non-attendance. International fan translations of the live stream transcript further fueled global engagement. Language nuances became a focal point of discussion, particularly the Korean phrase Taehyung used that, in English, could be interpreted as either "not the end" or "not the final stage." Linguists familiar with K-pop translations commented that such ambiguity can lead to multiple interpretations, each shaping fan expectations differently. The broader entertainment press began to connect this incident to the larger conversation about how major K-pop acts navigate transitions as members take on solo projects, fulfill mandatory military service, or pursue personal endeavors. Taehyung's statement, though brief, became a case study in how much impact a few carefully chosen sentences can have in an environment where millions of people are invested in the actions of a handful of individuals. In summary, Taehyung's decision to address the matter publicly, without confirming or denying the most controversial rumors, was a strategic move that kept the conversation open while avoiding definitive conclusions. Whether intended or not, it effectively extended public attention on BTS's current group dynamics and ensured that speculation would continue until either Jungkook or the agency provided more direct answers. In the hours following Taehyung's livestream, the attention of fans, journalists, and entertainment commentators shifted from the absence itself to the specific words he had chosen. His statement, while brief and cautiously delivered, became the central piece of evidence in understanding the current situation between BTS and Jungkook. The fact that Taehyung directly acknowledged that Jungkook's absence was intentional, yet declined to provide a definitive explanation, was enough to spark intense analysis across different media channels. Online forums and fan communities began cataloging every sentence Taehyung had spoken, compiling transcripts and translating them into multiple languages for the global BTS fandom. Within hours, discussions emerged about the precise meaning of his phrase, "not the end of something," which had quickly become a point of linguistic debate. Some fans argued it was meant to reassure, suggesting that BTS's future as a complete group was still intact. Others, however, viewed it as an indirect confirmation that a change, possibly Jungkook's departure, was already in motion. Korean entertainment news outlets were quick to publish editorial pieces dissecting Taehyung's delivery. Analysts noted the measured pace of his speech, the way he paused before addressing the subject, and the lack of emotional fluctuation in his tone. These elements suggested that Taehyung had prepared his words carefully, possibly in consultation with the agency, although no official confirmation of such coordination was given. Observers familiar with the K-pop industry recognized that such deliberate phrasing often indicates that a sensitive negotiation or internal process is ongoing. One key aspect of the statement that drew widespread attention was Taehyung's refusal to frame Jungkook's absence as temporary or permanent. In previous cases involving other K-pop groups, agency representatives or members themselves often used clear time frames, such as a short break, a hiatus, or until after military service. Taehyung, by contrast, avoided such terminology entirely. His focus on the idea that time will provide clarity left the duration and nature of Jungkook's absence undefined. The public reaction was amplified by the lack of supplementary information from HYB. With no press release, interview, or social media post from the agency addressing Taehyung's remarks, fans and media professionals were left to interpret his words independently. The absence of an official narrative gave rise to competing theories, each supported by selective interpretation of the same statement. Some saw it as a controlled attempt to manage public expectations without triggering alarm. Others believed it was an unavoidable leak of information that the company would have preferred to keep under wraps until a formal announcement. International coverage of the incident grew rapidly. Major outlets in the United States, Japan, the United Kingdom, and several Southeast Asian countries published translated summaries of Taehyung's statement alongside contextual analysis. Reporters who cover K-pop for global audiences emphasized that BTS's current stage in their career, marked by solo activities, military enlistments, and evolving group commitments, naturally invites questions about long-term stable. Another layer of analysis emerged from comparing Taehyung's statement to past communications from BTS members during times of uncertainty. In particular, fans referenced periods when members were on hiatus for health reasons or personal projects. In most of those instances, the language used was explicit about the temporary nature of the break. Taehyung's lack of such assurances stood out as an anomaly in the group's history, further intensifying the discussion. Media commentators also pointed out that Taehyung's position within BTS added weight to his words. As one of the most publicly visible members with a strong connection to both the Korean and international fanbase, his choice to address the topic directly, rather than leaving it solely to the agency, suggested that the matter was significant enough to warrant member-led communication. Whether this was an act of solidarity with fans or a strategic move by the group's leadership was a matter of ongoing debate. The impact of the statement was not limited to digital platforms. Television entertainment news programs in South Korea included segments on the story, often replaying clips of Taehyung's live stream and inviting panelists to comment. While most avoided making definitive predictions, several noted that the combination of deliberate wording and agency silence could indicate that changes to the group structure were being carefully negotiated behind the scenes. Despite the speculation, Taehyung maintained his usual public schedule in the days that followed. He participated in promotional activities for his individual projects, appeared in pre-recorded television segments, and posted on social media without revisiting the topic of Jungkook's absence. This consistency suggested a clear intent to address the matter once and then allow official channels, or time itself, to provide further developments. By the end of the week, Taehyung's statement had achieved two things simultaneously. It had provided the first on-record acknowledgement from a BTS member that Jungkook's absence was intentional, and it had left the central question, why, entirely unanswered. This combination of clarity and ambiguity ensured that the topic would remain active in public discourse for weeks, if not months, to come. Taehyung's statement quickly became the focal point of discussion, not only within the BTS fandom but also across the broader entertainment media landscape. By the morning after his live stream, multiple hashtags referencing both his name and Jungkook's absence had reached trending status in several countries. On X, formerly Twitter, The Korean language hashtags were joined by English, Japanese, Spanish, and Indonesian variants, reflecting the global reach of BTS's fanbase. In South Korea, entertainment-focused news portals such as Dispatch, Sports Chosen, and OSCN ran prominent headlines summarizing the key points of Taehyung's remarks. Most articles avoided speculative conclusions, instead quoting his statement directly and framing it within the context of BTS's recent public activities. A common editorial approach was to juxtapose screenshots of the reunion event, showing the members who were present, with still images from Taehyung's live stream, underlining the contrast between the group's public appearance and his subsequent clarification. Television broadcasters also took interest in the story. KBS, MBC, and SBS all included short segments in their evening news programs, typically framed under the category of entertainment highlights. These broadcasts focused on the factual timeline, the reunion event without Jungkook, the subsequent online discussions, and Taehyung's live statement. Panel commentators on these programs generally refrained from speculation, though some pointed out that the lack of immediate follow-up from HYE left room for public interpretation to expand in unpredictable ways. International media coverage followed quickly. In Japan, Oricon News and Nikkei Sports reported the incident with a similar emphasis on direct quotes, noting that Taehyung's choice of words was both deliberate and open-ended. In the United States, outlets such as Billboard and Rolling Stone published online articles summarizing the key developments, often contextualizing the situation within BTS's current phase of solo and group activities. UK-based publications like NME and The Guardian also carried coverage, framing it as part of the ongoing evolution of the group's career. One notable feature of the coverage was the level of linguistic analysis applied to Taehyung's remarks. Several Korean language and bilingual K-pop news blogs published side-by-side comparisons of his original Korean phrasing and various English translations. In some interpretations, not the end of something could be read as this is not final, while in others, it carried a more philosophical nuance, suggesting that even if changes were coming, they did not signal a complete dissolution of the group. These subtle differences became a subject of debate among fans and reporters alike, illustrating the challenge of cross-cultural communication in global fandoms. Online fan activity intensified in the days following the statement. On platforms like Reddit, dedicated BTS communities created megathreads to collect all available information. Posts included screenshots from the live stream, timestamped quotes, and links to translated transcripts in multiple languages. In parallel, fan-run news accounts on Instagram and TikTok compiled video edits combining clips of the reunion event with Taehyung's explanation, often set to background music or accompanied by captions highlighting his most quoted lines. Interestingly, the tone of the online conversation varied by platform. Twitter and TikTok saw more speculative posts, with users sharing theories about Jungkook's career trajectory and possible reasons for his absence. Reddit and long-form blogs, on the other hand, leaned toward detailed analysis, with some contributors compiling multi-year attendance records for BTS members at major events to spot patterns. YouTube reaction channels also capitalized on the moment, with creators producing videos dissecting Taehyung's tone, facial expressions, and body language during the live stream. Meanwhile, Korean entertainment reporters reached out to HYB for comment. According to several published accounts, the company's standard response was to state that there is nothing to add beyond what the member has shared. This minimal reply was interpreted by some industry observers as a strategic decision to avoid escalating the story, while still acknowledging that Taehyung's remarks were legitimate. The lack of any explicit denial of departure rumors left the narrative open, and in turn, kept the story in circulation longer than it might have otherwise remained. The absence of Jungkook at the reunion also prompted retrospective coverage in certain media outlets. These pieces looked back at previous instances in K-pop history where members were absent from key events, examining whether such absences had ultimately led to departures. While the comparisons were factual and often accompanied by disclaimers that each case is unique, they inevitably contributed to the sense of uncertainty among readers and viewers. Global entertainment correspondents added another dimension to the coverage by considering BTS's position in the international music industry. Analysts noted that the group has reached a rare level of worldwide recognition where even minor changes in public appearances can have measurable effects on media coverage, stock market perceptions of their agency, and fan engagement metrics. The speculation surrounding Jungkook's absence, therefore, was not merely a matter of fan curiosity. It carried potential business implications. By the end of the first week after the reunion event, the story had taken on a cyclical rhythm. New commentary from fans and media prompted fresh questions, which in turn kept Taehyung's statement in circulation. Despite no further official updates from BTS or HYB, the coverage maintained momentum through opinion pieces, linguistic breakdowns, and the persistent online activity of the global fanbase TAEHYUNG. The public reaction and media coverage demonstrated the scale of BTS's influence. A single, carefully worded statement from one member, delivered without emotional embellishment, was sufficient to generate a sustained, multi-platform news cycle. The combination of global interest, linguistic nuance, and agency silence ensured that the topic would remain in public discussion, setting the stage for further developments.